Hey guys, welcome to your Leo reading for the dates of January 1st to January 15th, 2023. Happy New Year, yay! I want to welcome you back, and if you followed my channel before, then you know that I used to do astro readings, so I'll be returning to doing those, but they'll be much shorter to help complement my monthly readings, daily channeled messages, moon readings, energy healing sessions, whatever is coming out of my channel. This will also be here to give you a little bit of a sense of direction of what's coming up for you over a 2-week span. So before we get into all that, I do want to give 2 jelly bean announcements. First of all, you can find me here at my Etsy page. All of the information is below in the box or above if you're on Instagram in my bio. Also, from now until January 8th, 2023, we're having a store-wide 10% off sale to welcome you to the new year and to set you off right with whatever sessions you need to have done, and also to say thank you for all that you've done for me and all that we've kind of done together as a collective for the past 4 years. The second announcement is that we meaning my spirit team and me, I will be raising my prices for my store maybe around mid-month. So if you're interested in getting your sessions booked before then, and whether or not you'd like to have those session orders filled now or at some point later in the year, please be advised that the prices will be going up at some point this month. And then either way, come and join me in the new store that I will be revising much long after many years of my guides pushing me to do this. I'm so happy to finally step into this. So anyway, speaking of stepping into, let's jump into your reading. Listen up, Leo. If you noticed, your title today says, "And crown thy good with brotherhood," right? We know that from one of our nationalistic songs, but this energy does not come through with a nationalist energy. In fact, another title that it almost was "Heavy is the crown." Because Leo, I do have to say, your crown is missing one of its jewels. What's going on? So in a sense, you, a little bit like some of the other energies, over the next 2 weeks, you will be made aware of someone or something that is missing from your reality. Now, whatever that reality is, whether it be your work life, your family life, your romantic life, your social life, whatever this is, or could even be a small grouping, could be siblings, could be whatever, I'm seeing here that it's almost like you got so caught up in the party, quote unquote, of what you were doing in your life and what you were trying to erect, whatever, that you may have taken a little bit of a turn. I hesitate to say a wrong turn, because as we know, like in Super Mario Brothers, with Mario and Luigi, God, I love Luigi, who doesn't, right? Listen, there are treasures to be found off the path. You don't just run straight through, do you? But sometimes you take those little side quests and you amass a wealth in and of itself. But eventually you do have to return to the main route so that you can reach your objective. Now, it's understandable, Spirit is saying, for those of you listening, whether or not you have any Leo placements, because these are timeless and signless after all. It's all right if you were unclear about what the right route was. That's kind of par for the course. We're feeling our way through this journey called life. So speaking of life, we have you back on the path right now. I see you having a little bit of a waiting period, and just like this guy's lovingly holding his scroll, he's got his directions, his mind is off, thinking about things. He's got an inquisitive focus right now. But at the end of the day, he's still waiting for a car to come and take him. And I do want to let you know, knock, 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 look what's coming up in the spring, possibly before then, but I'm definitely feeling, for some of you, it could be February. My right hand is kind of doing a thing right here where they're trying to ask you to be mindful of getting into unsavory, unscrupulous money ventures. If you're listening to this, regardless of your placement, be mindful, because that will bring you shame later. Now, shame in the sense that you will have a lot of guilt and a lot of shame around something. So don't stoop to a lower level. In other words, don't sign up for activities with people, places, things, situations, ideas, whatever, that you know on some level is unscrupulous. If you have to hide it, that's a clear sign that, hey, maybe you're going in the wrong direction. So that's just a little bit of a heads up coming up for you. It could be within the next 2 weeks or the next 4 weeks or whatnot. But I do see that with the coming of Aquarius energy, okay, Aquarius energy, I got to keep it 100, is already here. If you can spot incoming energy, you will start to sense it already. You will start, like yesterday, we did the daily channeled message for yesterday, and in the stories, guys, notice I always post a channeled message on Instagram. And if you're not on Instagram, I do also post it on YouTube for you guys, but I take that and I put that message into the stories, and a lot of times, actually all the time, a channeled song comes through with it, and Spirit may channel a little bit of an extra message that I put inside the stories that I couldn't in my Instagram post, because Instagram actually has a character count, so we can't go over, right? And one of those messages that came through in the extra in the story was that we're fully in Capricorn energies, but we see Aquarian energies coming in kind of silently, but you could spot it. We saw the King of Swords out. We heard the song was all this airy fairy kind of song coming in, but the warning was there, not only in the channeled message itself, but in some of the channeled messages in the days before, but also in the story itself. The idea is that true to form, Aquarius energy will take center stage with a little bit of a shock, a little bit of an illumination, like electricity, right? So be mindful right now that, just like the guide said, whatever you're sowing right now, whatever seeds you're planting, whatever plans you're putting into place, that you put it into place clearly, strongly, and root it down. Because when aqua energy comes in, like full on force, it's kind of like going to be a wind that comes through, and it's going to uproot anything that's not bolstered down. So if you have contracts that are not finalized, for example, and be mindful, because right now people shouldn't even be doing contract stuff. Mercury's in retrograde, Mars is in retrograde, things are going a little bit like womp womp. So be mindful, but there are tips that you could be doing. There are plans, you could be doing arrangements you could be making, and when the time is right, you can put it into focus. But just letting you know, heads up, be mindful if this is your reading here, that you may get a little bit of a knock on the door, an opportunity that comes up that may put you out of focus. Look at this 10, look at this 10. Spirit is saying follow divine timing. Let Spirit be your lead, and make sure that whatever offer comes to you is one that can be shared openly with others to the benefit of all, in alignment with Spirit, in alignment with the spirit of giving and stability, sustainability, all of these things. If you're trying to hide it from Big Daddy Capricorn's like, let me just see, is this long term? Does this make sense? Then it has no business being on your plate. That does go for relationships that you enter at this time. Mercury retrograde, what you doing? Okay, someone popping up from the past, what you doing? Okay, just letting you know, because I do feel that it's going to bring you shame later. Once these energies start to dissipate, you're going to be like, oh man, oh man, and you may have to serve your time, is what they're saying. Interesting that they said it that way. For somebody here, watch the moves. It could be, jail time, of course. God bless you. But it also, for some of you, I heard that. For some of you, there are some people around you who will definitely get involved in this and will definitely serve jail. And if you don't want to be in that, just, that mix, just separate right now. Okay. But anyway, serving time means that you will have to fulfill that contract that you get into. And sometimes these contracts take 4 months, they take longer. You get into something with somebody, boom, 9 months later, boom, now 18 years later. And plus, you get into something, you don't see the red flags, you don't say no, whatever, 6 years later. I'm just saying, so be careful, because we don't know what that ride is going to look like. That being said, take a look at this ride, setting your course. Spirit is reiterating right now for you guys on this call, be like everyone else right now. Focus on, Capricornian pleasures, which is taking joy in looking at your house. checking the coffers, balancing the books, looking at what's your energetic leaks are, what's working, what's not, paying attention, re-identifying for yourself what your path is, getting yourself into position for that path so that when spirit comes through with divine timing and calls you out, you're not stuck with anything. And listen, they are coming through. When I said calls you out, meaning calls you out to the road here to get into the car, you're not stuck with anything and you can just get in. But the way they said it, when the spirit calls you out, when the justice energy comes in, when karma comes to call, you are not stuck with anything. Like you're not catching a case, you're not stuck in some karmic thing, whatever. So be mindful, Leo, of what's coming in for you. And I'll just say, check for 3. Look 3. Now 3, if you see something coming in with the energy of 3, whether it's the 3rd time something's happening or the 3 stands out for you in some way, just inspect it closely. And generally, you should be kind of just sitting back, calling in spirit, allowing them to present things to you, saying your prayers, setting your intention, setting your course to be of the highest and purest of vibrations so that you can focus on mastering what's in your realm. Focus on you right now. And I see focusing on mastering what's in your realm. That's a little bit of a hint also, or a nod to some of you who are dabbling in the mystical. You know, there's a time and place for everything. Right now is a time for you to focus on putting out the fires, the leaks, all of that in your energetic space and not reaching into the astral and this and that and all that every second. So be mindful. All right, last card, and then I'll leave you guys. Ark of the Covenant, connect with spirit. There's an important lesson that needs to come through for you with somebody else, but please, please, please be mindful that you are in the right space, frame of mind, right intentions, connecting with spirit so that you can identify who this person is, because, you know, not everyone that comes to you is going to have the message that is designed for you. You may kind of get off your course, okay? God bless you, Leo. If you'd like to have a personal session with me or an intuitive counseling, energy shifting session, all that good stuff, you know where I am. God bless you. Come see me at any point, and do your best over the next 2 weeks. Bye.